The waking conscious mind. The seat of the waking conscious mind is the pineal gland, which houses the mental seed atom. The pineal is also the terminal point of the consciousness cord, which extends between the brain and the causal superconscious force field above the head. The nadis, or etheric nerve threads, which project into the mental field, flow into cells located in the posterior and central part of the cerebral cortex, where we discover all the sense centers: the sight center in the occipital lobe, the hearing center in the temporal lobe, the speech center, the sleep center, etc. The waking conscious mind operates through the cerebrospinal nervous system. This mind, experiencing some incident affecting the senses, those of seeing, hearing, tasting, feeling and smelling, registers a mental impulse which strikes a cell of the brain and travels into the superconscious force field via the nadis. There it is relegated to its proper file, the causal force field, the subconscious or the waking conscious force field, according to its emotional vibration. To bring the memory of the incident again into the waking conscious mind from the memory storehouse in the superconscious, a mental impulse, triggered by sense sensations, strikes the mind substance in the superconscious force field, setting up a responding vibration. The impulse travels down the etheric cord of the nadis to strike a specific brain cell or center to which the etheric cord is attached. The vibration in the superconscious sets up the same vibration in the brain center. The brain center responds to the vibration in the mental substance, and man remembers. It is like tones on the musical scale. A tone is sounded in the mind substance, which sends its vibratory impulse down through the etheric thread, connecting it to the brain center. The responsive neuron in turn vibrates to and echoes the tone. The brain has no power in or of itself to think or to remember. Memories are not stored in the brain cells, but these cells react to impulses reaching them from both the upper reaches of the superconscious mind and from the world around you. The brain is only a way station through which memories or impulses flow. The superconscious is the seat of the Akashic records, which means it is the memory storehouse. In this capacity it holds a record of both good and evil. Only the pure essences enter the causal force field to build man's eternal causal form. The undesirable sifts into the subconscious to become man's fears, phobias, complexes. The frontal lobe presently is victim of the subconscious flow, but once the subconscious is cleared of its undesirable karma, this lobe will unite with the third eye to become a brain center for the superconscious. The superconscious mind finds its seat of contact through the entire third eye area, including the optic thalamus, the third ventricle, the post lobe of pituitary, and the pineal gland. Although the superconscious embraces the subconscious and waking conscious mental fields, it also extends above and beyond these levels. This higher aspect of the superconscious contains the causal field. Over and above this superconscious field lies the mind we call the wisdom mind. It extends upward to embrace the monad, man's individual share of God. The superconscious holds life's entire library of experiences in its imperishable substance. In it is recorded every desire and every act of man. It is indeed his book of life and book of judgment in one, for it has recorded everything that he has ever thought or done, said or heard. This record is reflected in the physical seed atom of the heart, and it is out of this heart atom that the picture images of karma move into the bloodstream. The superconscious is divided into three principal aspects. 1. The causal force field is that aspect which lies in the heart of the superconscious. This causal field absorbs into its substance only the pure and altruistic experiences of the individual soul. 2. The subconscious mind is that portion of the superconscious which absorbs into its substance the phobias, fears, anxieties, depressions, obsessions, compulsions, neuroses, schizophrenic tendencies, and all the mysterious enigmatical emotions which become mental blockages, stagnant pools of darksome forebodings. 3. The waking conscious mind is the mind we use in our daily living, the surface mind, operating through the cerebrospinal nervous system, which sees, hears, tastes, feels and smells the incidents of passing time. As daily events are experienced, they are noted by the waking conscious mind and pass from it into the superconscious. Their events are filed as memories according to their vibrations. The memory of undesirable events is filed in the subconscious force field. The pure are absorbed into the causal, while the general events are filed in the waking conscious sensory area. Some may be confused that the superconscious as the seat of memories, which would cause it also to house man's evils as well as his nobility and wisdom. But it must be clearly understood that if a superconscious field is to contain the complete Akashic record, it must file away a record of all of man's actions and reactions, both good and evil. Since the superconscious does contain the Akashic record, then every thought, action, emotion and experience becomes a memory filed in its proper category according to the nature of the experience. We have 3 different memory files in the superconscious mind. 1. The causal force field into which pass thoughts which are pure, untinged with carnality, selfishness, hate, greed, there to become the bricks with which you build your house. Not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. Your causal body. Only altruistic thoughts, tinged with divine love, will enter this field. Once you have completely built this celestial form by your own spiritual efforts, you need not again incarnate in the world of matter. 2. The subconscious force field into which carnal thoughts are absorbed to become your fears, phobias, obsessions, and to create your Kamarupa, the lower desire body. 3. The waking conscious force field into which flow thoughts neither pure nor evil, only those which are the fruit of common knowledge. This field contains your general store of information and accumulated knowledge as experienced through everyday living, thus becoming your immediate finite memory reference. Your third eye, superconscious contact. It should be noted that the pineal gland is not only the seat of the conscious mind but also a part of the superconscious point of contact, since it is a part of the third eye, and since the third eye in its entirety is the seat of the superconscious in the physical brain. The superconscious also embraces the post lobe of pituitary which, when spiritualized to any degree, exerts its influence upon the anterior lobe, the seat of the subconscious mind. The superconscious does not extend downward into the physical form. However, it can be reached through the vagus nerve and the spinal cord by the fires of Kundalini, so that, once man's desires become tinged with aspirations, there is a constant upreaching toward the superconscious state. This, then, clarifies how both the conscious mind and the subconscious mind have a connection with the superconscious mind. Although at man's present level of consciousness the waking conscious connection is almost imperceptible. With his future spiritual development, the anterior lobe of pituitary will be influenced by pituitrin, the love hormone released by the post lobe, and man will automatically begin to express goodwill in general through the subconscious. The pineal gland, under future stimulation, will allow more definite and controlled contact between the conscious and superconscious minds. The tiny pineal antenna makes the pineal gland not only a receiving set for the superconscious, but a sending set as well, as it attempts to relay to the brain inspiration received from the oversoul. The wisdom mind, Adi Buddha. The wisdom mind, called the Adi Buddha, extends above the superconscious and embraces the monad. It is the field of supreme consciousness. It is the center of bliss, the realm of the Word, the region of the divine life stream of the Holy Nod, the home of the Christ substance overshadowing each individual. The wisdom mind is a heritage of every individual, the mind which is the God mind of the individual, his own portion of the universal divine mind of God. The wisdom mind of each man, called the Adi Buddha, extends above his superconscious and embraces his divine monad. It is that mind which becomes the seat of wisdom permeating his mental aura. It is the field of the supreme consciousness of man, an state of rare quality of which he is almost completely ignorant. It is the seat of supreme bliss, the realm of the Word, the field of the Christ substance, the region of divinity overshadowing each individual. Adi means supreme, Buddha interprets to mean wisdom.